Hey, I hope you guys are doing great. I'm super excited to share this video with you here today. So what I have for you is going to be a little free resource that I've been working on called Leveraging Instagram DMs. It's going to be probably a little bit longer little video. Try not to make it any longer than about 25 minutes or so. So we'll go ahead and hop right into this thing. I have a little bit of vocab that I kind of want to cover with you guys before we hop into this thing. So we'll act like we're back in school and we'll kind of go over these words. These are going to be some key words that you're going to hear me say a lot. So I just want to make sure that you guys understand what I'm talking about when I'm saying them, okay? So the first one we have is prospect. So a prospect is a potential customer who may be interested in purchasing a product or service. In the context of sales, a prospect is someone who has been identified as a potential buyer and is being targeted as a potential customer, okay? So then our other form would be prospecting. This is the process of identifying and targeting prospects, and this is known as prospecting, okay? So those kind of go hand in hand, okay? Next one is going to be outreach. In the context of sales, outreach can refer to the efforts made by a salesperson to connect with potential customers and establish a relationship with them in order to sell a product or a service, okay? The fourth is going to be offer. Offer is a proposal made by a seller to a potential customer to sell a product or service at a specific price. Now, a very, very big thing before we kind of get into doing outreach is going to be that volume negates luck, okay? I'm going to explain this. Let me get a quick drink. So volume negates luck. What do I mean? Why is volume so important? Well, why is volume so important when you're looking to sell an offer, grow your business, and achieve your goals? Okay, let me get into that. So number one, I like to compare volume to gravity. Imagine jumping out of the 100th floor of a building. The outcome is certain, and it is death, okay? I believe that if you do enough volume, the outcome is certain too. The outcome of doing enough outreach and getting a lot of attention from your niche is guaranteed success. So if you guys can do a lot of outreach, right? If you can outreach to a lot of people in the DMs, number one, you're going to get customers. And number two, if you can get a lot of attention for what it is you do, you're guaranteed to have success or see some level of success. Now, the definition of gravity is the force that attracts a body towards the center of the earth or toward any other physical body having mass. The new definition of volume that we're going to use is the force that attracts an offer toward a prospect or a group of prospects, all right? So why do most people fail to get enough traction to scale their offer/business when doing outbound prospecting? Well, most people do not fail because they don't have the right messages, okay? Most people don't fail because they don't have the right channel or the right offer. They normally fail because they're not doing enough volume, the level of volume and the number of volume required to sell that service or that product, okay? Volume, volume, volume. So I wanted to start this entire thing with just volume because it's a very, very key thing and it's a vital role, right? A lot of you guys, I know I wish I could sit here, right, and be like, yeah, confirm that if you send, 10 DMs each day, you're going to get 10 new clients every single day. I can't fully sit here and say that, right? Because volume is the thing that matters. If you guys are sending 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 DMs each week, there's no doubt that you won't fill up your schedule, right? There's no doubt. It's 100% going to happen. It just depends on the amount of volume that you do, right? If you stay consistent with volume, you will be able to do exactly what I'm going to walk you through today. So I want to get into why you business owners, maybe you're a barber, maybe you're a barbershop owner, maybe you have a salon or you're just a general hair professional. Why should you start utilizing Instagram as an outreach channel for your barbering business? Well, Instagram has 2 billion users on the platform, and if you've taken advantage of my free Instagram course for barbers, I'm going to assume that you are posting pretty regularly right now, right? I'm going to assume that you have a decent amount of content out there, you're engaging, maybe you've built up at least a nice little audience. Well, if you have, that's awesome. I commend you guys. If you have not, don't worry because you can still achieve this level of results. My recommendation to you guys, though, would be to go check out our free Instagram course for barbershops, barbers, and salon owners, as well as just hair professionals, just anyone in the industry of hair. Check it out. It's going to be a very detailed kind of course, just like this video right here, where I walk you through how to get started on Instagram, how to start building an audience, and how to monetize that audience. There's a lot of key things in there. I even share about 100 different content ideas of what you could go about and post. So be sure to check that out. But I'll go ahead and give you a brief rundown on how you can set up your Instagram page to make sure it is optimized so that we can start sending and utilizing Instagram as an outreach channel. Number one is going to be to make sure we have a semi-professional picture, okay, a nice little clean image. Number two is leverage a bio that specifically calls out who you help, what you help them achieve, and who you are, okay? Next thing is highlights with some testimonials, case studies, and some lifestyle stuff. When I say case studies, I mean mainly like your work, right? Nice little haircuts, portfolios, show off what you can kind of do. And then in your feed, you can do a few things, but your number one goal is a big thing I talk about in our IG course is to add value to your audience, okay? Give instead of trying to constantly take from them. Share pictures of your work, share pieces of video content where you are teaching your audience how to do certain things. And then for those 100 more ideas, be sure to get on the Instagram course and download that thing. If not there, join our free Facebook group where we share tips like this, little piece of knowledge to help you guys continue to elevate your business. It also gives you access to a community of individuals that are all in the same industry as you, all striving for a high level of success. So it's really, really awesome. It's a great community to be a part of. So using Instagram as an outreach channel is an easy way to stand out from the competition and dominate the barber industry in your area, because majority of barbers do not do exactly what I'm about to talk to you about today. So this is exactly how to add an extra 25 clients to your business in 30 days. If done consistently and effectively, it would be unreasonable for you not to scale and not to gain 25 new customers in the next 30 days. So first off, before we get into this thing, I want to remind you guys that volume negates luck, and that to be successful with Instagram outreach, you're going to have to be consistent with messages, okay? And if you really want to see some results, I recommend you aim for at least 50 DMs a day, okay? Now, for some of you guys, there is a little warming process when it comes to sending DMs. You can't immediately hop out there and just start sending a ton of DMs. Now, if your account is older, you actively send DMs, you can probably jump straight to that 50 DM mark and start doing that. If not, I would start around that 25, 30 range and then kind of ramp up from there. But just like with posting content, if you guys are in the free Instagram course, it won't matter unless you guys are consistent. So be consistent. If you set a number to do 30 DMs each and every day, send 30 DMs each and every day without fail. Pick a time in your day where it just kind of works out, right? You can mesh it up while you're eating dinner, while you're eating lunch, in between a haircut if you know you got a gap every single time. Figure out a time where you can do it and just be consistent with it, okay? So ultimately, just pick a number of DMs that you believe you can be consistent with hitting if you can't hit that recommended 50 that I just put out. But more volume does equal more clients. So the more and more you do, the more and more clients you will start to attract to your business. I want to share a few different script examples with you guys, and the majority of you will probably just copy them 100%, and just use them, which is completely fine. I have no problem with that. If you want to copy these scripts, feel free to do so, and I hope you see some good success with them. But I would 100% urge you guys to use these examples as a framework, right? And construct your own thing. Add your own little flair, add your own spice, your own twist to it. Use some of the words that you use within your barbershop, and use the words that you think would work best in your specific scenario with your specific skill set and kind of offers and services that you have. But the first one I want to get into is hey name. So let's say, hey John, I came across your page and thought your dog was cute. Let's say, his dog maybe was in an image on his page, right? We're adding some sort of context to why we're actually reaching out. Hey John, I came across your page and thought your dog was cute. My name is Bryson. I'm a barber in the DFW area. I do everything from haircuts, beard designs, and color. And you can send that one out there, right? It's pretty tame. We're not sending out an offer immediately. It's kind of just introducing who we are and kind of how we came across them. That one's a decent one. Another one right here is hey name. So hey John, I wanted to reach out and introduce myself. I noticed you lived in the DFW area. My name is Bryson. I've been a barber here for 2 years and I'm currently looking to take on a few more clients. Would that be of any interest to you? That one's straight to the point. It's pretty smooth, rolls off the tongue well. You can also add in, I'll read another one to you really quick. So we're going to do the same one. It would be, hey name, I wanted to reach out and introduce myself. I noticed you live in the DFW area. My name is Bryson and I've been a barber here for 4 years and I'm currently looking to take on more clients. Right now I'm doing a get half off for your first haircut. Would that be of any interest to you? So you add some sort of incentive onto that to kind of entice the individual to come in and book a call, or not book a call, book a appointment with you. So those are two good examples. I have one more for you. Hey name, hope you're doing well. I checked out your page, something that you noticed, okay? Checked out your page, noticed that you're an avid, golfer. I actually love golf. Last week I just played at Sky Creek Ranch Golf Course over in North Richland Hills, Texas. But I want to tell you I'm a barber here in DFW, and I specialize in beard and skin, whatever it might be. Would that be of any interest? Or just tell them who you are, okay? So, hey, the prospect's name, the individual's name. I checked out your page, something you noticed. I may tell them who you are, tell them where you're at, and tell them what you do, right? And who you specialize, what you specialize in. So with that all being said, I want to jump over to the exact framework for messaging that we use to kind of develop these types of scripts here. So even if you don't want to, if you do want to use these, take these. But if you do not, and you want to see how we kind of build these frameworks and build these messages, I can show you that right here. So this is the 3-step process that we follow to book 25 new clients in 30 days on social media platforms. This is how you guys can do it too. So step 1 is going to be a conversation starter and create social context instantly. So notice and reference something you noticed about their profile. Maybe their location, their hobbies, their dogs, their sports. Kind of what I did with the first person, the first message. I noticed his dog, okay? And start the conversation with something kind of unusual, right? And really ask yourself before you send the message, is this something I would respond to? If I got this DM or if I got this text, would I even respond, or would I just read it or leave it on deliver? Ask yourself that. If it's if you're sitting there, you're like, I would respond to this. This is engaging. It's interesting. I would respond to this. Send that message out, because most likely that person will respond to it too. So again, another little setup right here. Introduce who you are and what you do, plus your city name and anything else you wish to say, right? Keep this pretty brief. We don't want to go into this long rant about who we are, because we know everybody likes to talk about themselves. People like to be asked questions about themselves. So we want to get to that point to where we can kind of talk to that person as quick as possible. Now I want to get into step 2. This is where we educate and share proof. So we're currently doing X for a specific niche. Share a little bit more insight. Tell them exactly what you do and why you're the best, or who you help with it, okay? So it might be that you are helping, let's use single moms, for example. We're currently giving haircuts half off to single moms, single parents. Bring your kid by, we'll give them a cut, right? And then introduce a case study that proves the claim / proves the previous work that you've done. So share maybe kids cuts that you've recently done, if this is an area or a niche that you really do a lot of work in. So that's kind of where you educate, share proof. We want to create curiosity, right? Tell them exactly what we do. Hopefully they're like, wow, like you actually offer that. That's exactly what I need. And then introduce and show kind of a case study or proof that is actually what you do. And then step 3, this is present your offer and confirm the booking, okay? So in this section, after we go through everything else, would you be interested in booking an appointment? We'll go ahead and tie in that offer that we maybe had. That could be the free haircut. That could be the half off. That could be, free beard lineup or a hot towel or a mask, whatever it might be. We want to tie that in. So, hey, would you be interested in booking an appointment where your first cut will be half off? ? Yes, no, okay. If they say yes, we're going to go ahead and ask permission to send our booking link, okay? We want to have little micro commitments, because the more and more micro commitments that we get, there's a higher chance that individual will actually show up to that haircut and continue to follow through, right, with whatever we kind of set up. So ask permission. They're going to send back yes. We're going to go ahead and send our calendar over and just let them know, hey, just let me know if you can't find a time that works for you. I'll book one in personally, or I'll help you find a spot if you can't. Something along those lines, just to continue to add even more value to that person, and continue to show them that you are there for them to help them book their appointment, and you're going to make it a really easy process. So I hope that you guys kind of understood that right there. Step 1, start conversation, create social context instantly, educate, share proof, show them who you are, show them some work you've done, and then present your offer and confirm the booking. So present, what you're exactly offering them. Is that a free haircut? Is that, just a normal appointment? What is that? And then go ahead and confirm and book them in, okay? The next thing I want to show you, that's the exact messenger framework that we use to build the messages, okay? That's how you kind of construct your message. You guys are going to have different messages from everybody, or you can use those ones that I presented you earlier. but that gives you a little framework of how to actually go about creating it. So now I want to walk through the exact workflow that we use to go about, crafting the message, then getting on Instagram. How am I going to find these people? And then what do I send them? This is going to be piecing everything together, making it come full circle for you guys. So number one, first thing we're going to do, okay, we're going to land on Instagram. We can also use this for Facebook. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but we're going to land on our social media platform of choice. So for me today, this is going to be Instagram. We're going to land on Instagram, okay? We are then going to come down here. This is where we're kind of going to do some prospecting. I mentioned that earlier. That's going about trying to find that ideal customer or someone that we think could benefit from our service or product. So we have a couple different methods here. We could use hashtags, okay? So individuals that are using hashtags of a certain area, hashtags of, maybe there's a certain thing. Maybe you do a lot of sports cuts for teams or something like that. You could try to search through hashtags there. One of my favorite methods is the current client followers method. So go through and engage. Hopefully, and this is something I teach in the Instagram course. Hopefully you guys are engaging with your followers, right? Hopefully you're putting out a lot of content. You have a decent little audience. Well, go through that audience and find individuals that you currently cut, right? Current customers, and go through their following. Find who's liking their post, find who's tagged in their post, find who they're following, because those individuals, there's a good chance that they do live in the area. And then you could do a couple more tests and kind of to filter out who does live in the area or doesn't. And then another one on the flip side would be location tags. So find individuals that are tagging the location that you currently work out of, okay? From there, we're going to go ahead and find our ideal prospect, right? That ideal customer. Through one of these ways, we will be able to find your ideal customer. Also, if you ever just come across anybody, feel free to shoot them a message, right? It's very, very easy. We're going to move to that messaging framework that we used, right? You can use the scripts that I showed you in the doc, or you can go ahead and use that framework that I showed you earlier and kind of construct a message that you think would work really, really, really well for your business. So we then move to the big question, are they interested or not? If it's a no, okay, no worries. We're going to go ahead and send them a no response message. This is something basically saying, hey, no worries, completely understand. Would there be anybody or any friends that you know of that would be looking to get a haircut or that, would be interested in what I kind of got going on? And the reason we're doing this is because we don't want to fully, just they say no, we leave them. That relationship is cut after that. If we can say, hey, no worries, no hard feelings, brother, completely understand that, you probably have a barber or you cut your own hair. Is there anybody else that you would recommend? That's letting the conversation keep going, and hopefully we can still get something out of it, okay? If they say yes, we'll go ahead and reach out to that prospect that they recommended it and just say, hey, let's say the initial guy's name was David, okay? And our new guy's name is John. That's the recommended. Say, hey, John, David recommended I should reach out to you. Me and him were just discussing possibly doing some haircuts for him, but he recommended that you could potentially need one. Would that be of interest to you? And then we just go into that same messaging framework, use the exact same thing, right? Telling them who we are, what we do, how we do it. If they are interested, though, which hopefully, we want those messages, ask permission to share that booking link. Again, that is a micro commitment that we're getting them to say yes, yes, yes. So we'll go ahead and share the booking link with them, and then we'll confirm they were able to book an appointment. So we'll say that little messaging that I gave y'all earlier. Hey, let me know if you can't find a slot that is open on a time that you would like. I'll help you book one in like myself or something like that, okay? Then we move to this last little section, okay? It is going to be a way for you guys to add even more value and really separate yourself from every single barber and all of your competition out there. This is going to be setting up a messaging sequence that will go into effect after they book in their appointment, okay? First thing, we're going to go ahead and enter their email or phone number into a 2 to 3 message sequence, okay? And then we're going to, the first send that we'll have going out to them is thank them for booking and send a confirmation link, right? We're going to go ahead and say, hey, thank you, John, for booking the appointment. Can't wait to see you next Thursday. I want to send over this confirmation. Your book or your appointment is confirmed on X date, X time, whatever, right? Then number 2, we're going to go ahead and share a valuable piece of content you think they would enjoy, okay? So this is something, if you guys are posting on Instagram, you are leveraging kind of some video sales assets or just taking, nice images and stuff like that. This is a piece of content that we want to share with them because it's going to add even more value. So let's say that prospect, we look and they have a pretty nice beard, right? let's send them some tips on, the best products they could be putting in their beard. Let's send them ways that they can maintain it and really keep it, clean, kept, and just overall just to have a nice beard without having to be in the barbershop 24/7. Let's share them a little resource. Maybe it's a video where you give them 3 tips or 3 products or 3 ways to avoid a certain thing that a lot of people might be dealing with if they have beards. Me over here, I can't really grow a beard, so I might not fully know. But for you guys that are constantly servicing individuals with beards, you know what they probably deal with. So let's share to that individual ways that he can avoid that pain point that you've kind of discovered from cutting other people's hair. From there, the third thing that we want to do is send an appointment reminder message, right? These people haven't been to your shop before. They kind of got reached out to in a different way than they normally have been. So they might forget that they booked that appointment. They might forget having that conversation with you. So what we'll do is we'll send them another message. And this one it could be 1. This could be 2 messages. This could be 3. You can put your own spin on this one here. But what you're going to do here is pick a amount of time before the haircut. This could be 24 hours. Me, I would recommend if you're doing one send, I would probably do it like 2 hours before, hour before, 30 minutes before, somewhere in there. A little bit more time sensitive. But if you want to, best case scenario, I would do one like a day before, do one day of, and do one like 30 minutes before. I would do these in the form of text messages. That's going to make it very, it's a personal thing. Text messages, 98% of text messages are open within the first 3 minutes. So you can be sure that, there's a very good chance that they're going to see that message and they'll make a conscious decision to be there or to not show up, okay? From there, though, we now have a brand new client, and then it's just a rinse and repeat. Do the same system over and over. Follow the same messaging framework that we went over here. Use those scripts that I showed you earlier, and then move to the workflow. And let's go ahead and go find those customers. Let's find those potential prospects using the current client method or using the hashtags or location tags. We'll find that individual. We'll see if they're interested. If they are, we're going to go ahead and send them ask them permission to send that booking link. If they're not, tell them no worries. We're going to try to get a recommendation though of individuals that we should reach out to. Maybe their buddies, maybe their family, dad, anybody. Okay. And then from there, we'll confirm that booking. We'll enter them into that messaging sequence. We're going to add as much value as possible before they come into our shop. And then from there, we're going to have a brand new client. Everybody's going to be happy. And I promise you guys, if you continue to follow this, continue to use this little mechanism in this system, this is a 3-step process that we follow, and that's going to allow you to book an extra 25 new clients in each and every month. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys got a lot of value out of this. Again, join our free group if you have not already. It's on Facebook, and it'll be in the description of this video. And also book in a call with us if you would like to talk to us a little bit more about what we do for barbers and barbershop owners. And then check out our Instagram free course, completely free course for you guys to go through, watch videos, and learn about Instagram, how you guys can utilize it and start to leverage it to make more money for your business. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one.